Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome. If you are new, glad you found me. It's Libra's birthday. Hello, birthday girls and guys. Um, this is the Libra season birthday reading. Hey, girl, hey. Happy birthday to us. Luscious, lovely, diplomatic, discreet, peace-loving, graceful, pleasing. I could go on, but let's not make the other signs jealous. Um, I have quite a write-up here. That's why we're a little bit late, but I'm going to get this to you when it's got to you, and that's going to be great. Um, so I already pulled the cards because I wanted to save a little bit of time towards the end, but let's get to the write-up I have for us. Libra, it's our time to shine, time to tally the karma on these fools, lovingly, okay? With kisses and batting of eyelashes and sweet disarming smiles, but also with justice and swords. Now, in sidereal astrology, the sun is still in early first decan of Virgo, so there are two energies, as always, commingling in the ethers. When I was meditating on these energies, I heard several phrases. I heard love with duty. I heard love language, acts of service. I heard, and I get it, in tropical astrology, I am dead center Libra. I got the smile, I got the swagger, I got the cold honesty. But in sidereal, my sun and stellium are all Virgo. And my love language is acts of service and foot rubs. But that's not important. So for this Libra season, we are processing how we show love, what we accept as proof of love. When I was when I was one of my jobs was the secretary of a church, believe it or not. I used to sign my correspondences with yours in service and then my name. And one of my favorite quotes from philosophy is work is love made visible. Okay? The problem, as ever, lies in the overextension of that service to our own detriment. Because as Libras, we expect to receive what we give, because that's what's fair, right? Give and take. You rub my feet, I run fingernails through your hair. And then the love is returned honorable, caring, and best of all, balanced for Libra. Balanced means peaceful, and peaceful makes us want to get naked. Anyway, in tropical, we got the sun just fingertip deep in Libra at a brand new 15 minutes in the sign, not even a whole degree yet. Fresh and blinking awake from that solar eclipse 2 days ago, stretching and looking in her mirror and adjusting to the vitality boost that the sun gives her. We also, tropical, have chatty, hyperactive Mercury at 8 degrees Libra, opening up communication, quick thinking, loose lips, but also money flow. Mercury does rule money. And then we also have the moon at 13 degrees in Libra, bringing in some serenity from the solar eclipse. And wouldn't you know it, our ruler, Venus, is just beginning her visit in Virgo, the sign of perfectionism, modesty, the harvest, and sacred service. Don't worry, Virgo, I'm going to do a refresher reading for you guys. But in sidereal astrology, Libra, it's another story. In my interpretation, sidereal being the true sky is how the tropical energy is the outer environment. Sidereal is our inner true nature as observers and participants in that reality. And at the moment, we have some fiery, affirming, sexy, shit kicking energy in our sign Libra. Mars, our masculine power, is home In mythology, Ares, Mars, the god of war, and Venus, Aphrodite, the feminine goddess of love and beauty, they couldn't keep their hands off each other. He was a bad boy. So what's a good girl supposed to do, right? It's all fair in love and war. Well, right now, our lover is home. Mars kicking off his shoes and taking off his armor and looking around in Libra for Venus. And where is she? Well, Venus is gallivanting her hot ass through Leo right now. The smooth talking, loud growling, fun loving king of fire. He's gonna charm the barrettes off of her. Also, in the last deacon of Libra, we have the warrior dark feminine, the shit kicking goth goddess Lilith. Her mission is to help us regain our feminine power, become warriors for ourselves and our sisters, to bring justice to the oppressors and re empower the divine feminine as an equal, as opposed to the meek servant Eve energy that is the trad wife mindset. Okay? Libra tempers her a little bit through Venus. Venus tells Lilith, "Hey girl, you're going to break your throat yelling like that, okay? But I see you. I'm with you and I want to help. So sit this one out a minute. Rest your Doc Martens and let me pet the beast for a minute. I'll see what I can do." So Venus flashes her smile, Libra flashes her smile. "Oh my god, you roar so loud. Oh, did my titty fall out? Oh no." Yeah, all the while Libra is just tallying up that masculine karma for Lilith. Like, okay, these men are gonna pay. Maybe not right now, but that's okay because I'm still counting, says Libra. So that's what we're doing on the inside. High priestess energy, keeping receipts. So let's see if that plays out in our birthday reading in the tarot. So like I said, I already laid out the cards because I am a little bit late with this one because the write-up took a while. So we're doing the one card for current energy, 3 clarifiers, the bottoms, and maybe some oracle or theme cards, okay? So the current energy card that fell out was the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy. What the hell is Taurus doing here? This is tradition for tradition's sake. Okay, this is the Pope. He is the keeper, the interpreter, and the teacher of divine law. So this may be like stricture and structure, not quite Capricorn energy, but this is like trapped in some kind of tradition. Okay, so let's see what's going on in Taurus. In tropical, Taurus is empty, but Venus is in Virgo, so that's that sacred service kind of energy. But in sidereal, Uranus is 7 degrees retrograde in Taurus, and it's squaring with Venus in Leo. Now, I was just talking about Venus being in Leo. Mars is looking for her in Libra, right? So they're in kind of in each other's houses, you know. Um, I don't like it. I don't like that energy. Uranus is the revolutionary, and when direct, he was bringing innovation and originality to our lives. But you know, it was how we earned money and how we worked from the comforts of home. That Taurus energy, how we expressed our aesthetic and what we held as foundation and tradition. But Uranus is in retrograde is like dragging all of that wonderful, unorthodox, free thinking energy backwards. So the Hierophant exposes where we keep outdated traditions for tradition's sake. This is the idea of I'm doing it this way because this is the way it's always been done. This is the way it's expected to be done because this is just how tradition says it's supposed to be done. I always have the caveat with that though. There's a warning that comes with that for me. And that's the idea of if it fails, then there's some guilt there. Like it's supposed to work, it didn't work. I don't know what I did wrong. And it's like you didn't do anything wrong. It's just that it wasn't meant to work that way for for whatever you're doing. It was supposed to work differently. And this Hierophant energy always feels like it's a constraint, that if it goes wrong, it's some kind of failing on your part, because the tradition states it's supposed to be this way because this is the way that works. And it's the way that works because this is the way it's always been done. And then there's that guilt. Well, it didn't work for me, so what is my failing? Nothing. It's nothing to do with your failing, or it's not a failure. It's that your energy is meant for something different. But with the Hierophant energy, it's like being kept in this traditional role that even though you've put all that effort into it, it's just not working. Okay. Let's see. The three clarifiers we got are the Ten of Wands. Yep, it's been a burden. The Emperor in the reverse, and the Five of Cups. So there's a loss here. Hang on one second, please. Okay, sorry. I am still getting over that flu, so I still have a little bit of congestion. So let's look at this. We've got the Ten of Wands, the Emperor in the reverse, and the Five of Cups. So whatever this tradition, what were we talking about earlier, Libra? How our love language could be acts of service, right? But it's becoming a burden. This Ten of Wands is too much of a burden, and you have to delegate. Okay, because this energy, this Emperor in the reverse, if this isn't a person in your energy, then this is your energy. This is Aries and Capricorn energy, but it's in its not upright energy. This is like somebody who's feeling like they're basically, this is an aggressive bully energy here. Okay, somebody who's cruel. Oh, are you worried that putting that burden down would make you look cruel to somebody, and that Five of Cups, that regret? But look, I mean, the key to the Five of Cups is you're dropping three cups that were supposed to be celebratory but ended up being poison. There was nothing in those cups that were going to fulfill you. But you're salvaging Two of Cups. You're salvaging that true love right there, okay? So what I'm hearing is like this dogma. This dogma is a burden, and it's not allowing you to operate in an upright, righteous, honorable way. This could be tropical. This could be like more far-reaching energy than just personal. And then there's that Five of Cups of regret. Bottom of the decks, we had Strength in the reverse, yeah. We had Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands. We got two sevens. This is tough energy, I have to admit, we have the Strength card here, that's Leo. Now, we do have Venus in Leo right now, which should be giving a little bit of grace. But I also heard earlier with this Venus in Leo, something along the lines of being your own cheerleader. Like earlier today, I was getting kind of down on myself because that essay was taking so long to write. I knew this was going to come out at least an hour late tonight, right? And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just put it off and I'll just upload it tomorrow. And, what I heard was, it's okay if it's a little bit late. It's still going to be fantastic. You're going to do great. This is going to be fine. It comes out when it comes out, because that is what the divine denotes. So even if you're running a little bit late, don't kill the whole thing just because it didn't come out perfect. That's that Virgo energy, that perfectionism, right? Just because it's an hour and a half in the grand scheme of divine timing, your video is going to come out an hour and a half late. That does not mean that there's a failing here. That's that, that Taurus Hierophant energy. It's supposed to be in a certain way because that's the way it's supposed to be. And if it's not that way, what is my failing in this, right? And it's telling you nothing. Nothing is your failing in this. It's happening the way it's going to happen because that's meant, you're fine. So there was that Leo energy is like, puff yourself up a little bit, girl. It's an hour and a half late. So the fuck what? It's going to be great. You got this. It's all, it was something like that. But here we've got that strength in the reverse. And the strength card is the Empress, okay? Venus energy, Libra, and Taurus. Okay, we've got Taurus here in the Hierophant, and we've got Libra and Taurus together with the Empress off her throne coming down to wrestle with the ego, right? The ego, the lion, that Leo ego. The key with strength is that you find your strength when you can balance your power with your peace. And that's kind of what I was struggling with. We have this in the reverse here. So this hidden energy influences that we might feel but not be able to place is there is a lack of strength here in the idea of balancing your power and your peace, okay? We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, it's usually looked at as the Thief in the Night card, something very negative, somebody making off with something. This is all mental energy, though. So who really is stealing anything from you? These are your thoughts. This is you in the card, the Seven of Swords, right? The way they're distributed, though, is that 2 swords are on the ground and he's carrying off 5. So the 2 on the ground is the idea of indecision. And the 5 he's carrying off is the idea of I'm ending this and there's going to be no winners. Okay? In the reverse, it's somebody who's feeling a little bit guilty about needing to leave something. I definitely can relate to that. It's a very apologetic energy. It's like, I'm sorry, I just can't carry this anymore. I don't have the strength. I don't have the strength to carry this anymore, right? That Seven of Swords, though, is the fearing those consequences in the reverse. It's I'm sorry, and it's the idea of getting caught doing something. So there's this guilt here that you had done something wrong and now you're busted. But you didn't. Okay, there's nothing, there's no failing here. And then after that, you've got the Seven of Wands still in a very defensive energy, okay? The Seven of Wands is after the Six of Victory, now you're defending your position. So this is what that Libra energy is going to be going through here. They're trying to buck tradition. I feel like this is Uranus up here, okay? And Uranus in Taurus, right now, retrograding, so dragging all that growth backwards. This is, Dogma taking back over. This is revolutionary thinking kind of come screeching to a halt, right? And then that's bringing this burden, this 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is the idea that you need to delegate a little bit. And they always want me to remind you that if there's nobody to delegate the burden to, it is absolutely acceptable to put that down. If you hand it off and you're like, can you handle this? Because I need some help. And they're like, nope. And they're like, okay, well then I'm just going to put it down. And from that, there may be that guilt. Why did you have to put that down? I was so hoping you could hold that. It was part of the wands that you were carrying. So, but you had to put it down. And now there's a little bit of guilt because tradition says with the Hierophant, it was supposed to be this way because that's the way it works, right? So because of that, then you're feeling like maybe the universe is bullying you a little bit with this Emperor energy in reverse. It's not just, it's not right, it's oppressive, and it's cruel. And that's kind of how you're feeling at that sidereal energy, that Virgo energy. This isn't fair, And in turn, you're not in an energy to return that to anybody. So that Emperor in reverse is not able to show his uprightness to other people. I hope that came out right. And then that causes that Five of Cups, this disillusion with some kind of love arrangement. But the loss of the Three of Cups is hiding the fact that there is two behind you. Okay? And like I said, this unseen influences we might not see. There's that energy drain here with that Strength in the reverse. And the feeling of guilt with that Seven of Swords in the reverse. It's like some in the collective might be feeling like, well, this is my karma. This is my karma for allowing it to go wrong, and I just have to face my consequences. Stoic, that's very Virgo energy, the stoicism, I get you. That Seven of Wands is just you still defending yourself. Because this comes after the Six of Wands, of victory. You were righteous in this decision. That victory was yours. But then now you're facing your own guilt. And I think that's what you're defending yourself against. It's like that inner turmoil. You're defending yourself against you trying to make yourself feel guilty about having to put this burden down. Okay? Wow, Libra, that's incredible. Let's get an Ancestor Oracle message, okay? If you are vibing with my content, please leave me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I love comments. I'm a Libra. I like to talk. Let's talk. Leave a comment. I never get comments. I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. I'm actually a little bit better with astrology than I am with tarot, but I love them both. My email, Venmo, and Cash App are in the description. Okay, we've got the Warrior. What did I say? That Lilith energy. Okay? Be fearless and stand strong, Libra. All right? Be fearless and stand strong. Let me read this for you. The Warrior. Sorry, I shook it. Okay, can we see? All right. The Maori Warrior. It says, don't back down. Make your opinions heard. Don't settle for second best. That's that Seven of Wands. Defend your position. You earned it with that Six of Wands. You were victorious. You were in the right. You were righteous. Now you're feeling upside down Emperor energy because you were thrown off your throne. Okay? Seven of Wands. Defend yourself. You are in the right. It says, if you're experiencing for the first fear at this time, know that this means whatever is going on is important to you. But whenever you feel fear, you're on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that's going to really help you move forward. If you have a situation on your hands where you have to face someone or something that's been upsetting you, unsettling you, know that you're being guided to call upon your inner warrior. Don't falter. Don't be frightened, because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. Okay? That's great. See that I know we're fearful at times. We're air energy. You know? I get it. So let's get some theme cards here. Let's get some final advice. They're telling me that this inner struggle might not even be with an outside situation. It could just be with thoughts within yourself. Air energy is thoughts and, mental energy, swords energy. Surprised but we've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So that's like questioning your consequences here, okay? I often call the Seven of Swords the self-preservation card. Because, it looks like it looks like in the card he's looting the place and getting the fuck out. Okay? But to me, Libra always tries to see the other side of things. What if that actually is what's needed? Where you just gather your thoughts and get the fuck out for your own protection, right? It's self-preservation. So in the reverse, it's like you're just kind of at the whim of what's happening because you think this is your consequences. You think this is your karma, and that's very Libra energy. But remember, the key with Libra is that we also, mirror energy back to other people. So some of us may be taking on that karma to ourselves when we shouldn't be. Okay, let's get some final messages, please, for Libra for the birthday girl and guy. Hold up. Oh, pause. Okay, pause for why. Hold up. Pause, rest, consider, and chill out. And then we have free yourself. I love that. Time to take your life back. Take back your life. I love that. And then remember, you are fire, burn, adapt, love, create, tame, and ignite. I like that tame is here because that goes along with the strength card. That's peace taming power. That's the Empress taming the ego. Okay? And that also can, that can be very freeing. The Hand of Fate, well, that hasn't come out in a long time. The divine is at work, okay? Forces beyond your control are at play. And the Hermit, more Taurus energy. Solitude, Virgo energy, I apologize. Virgo energy. Solitude, introspection, withdrawal, connecting to the higher self, and looking for inner guidance. Perfectly fine. That's great energy. Like, hermit energy is not antisocial. A lot of people think hermiting is like, and I guess maybe it could be like social media break, like you just kind of turn off Twitter for a little while or whatever. It could be just quiet time, But hermit energy, it doesn't, okay, it's not completely cut off. Like, the hermit will still entertain people. It's just he's not going to come down looking for the party, right? You're free to come to him. And that's kind of what that Virgo energy is. It's like, I'm not going out of my way to give anybody any wisdom or anything. Y'all are going to have to come to me because I'm tired. So we also have here Chiron. Oh, where the hell is Chiron? Chiron, I believe, is in Aries, ruled by Mars. Aries is the identity, right? The vitality, the inner spark. And with Chiron, the wounded healer, there is kind of an energy of low self-esteem. And Chiron takes a long time to go through the signs, so it gives like a whole generation a chance to kind of heal those inner wounds. And right now, Chiron in Aries is talking about a wounding to self-worth. So that's kind of what we're trying to work through at the moment, in the background, even with all this other stuff going on. We also have the oak tree, as above so below. So ground yourself. Okay, we're still kind of in Virgo energy. That's earthy. We're going into the fall harvest season. It's very earthy. Shed what you need to, purge what's dead, process and save what you can, reach down in order to reach further up into the subconscious. Okay, we have Archangel Michael, so there's heavenly protection here. He says, call on me, I stand ready. He's the energy of mercy and clarity, protection and justice, and cutting away negative energies. And they're telling me, even if that's within you. So yeah, like they were saying earlier, I think I got sidetracked. It's, even if it's not like a situation that's tradition, it may be something just internally that you're struggling with in order to express yourself in a more honest, loving way to a partner or your relationships, that Libra energy, and trying to bring balance, because balance is peaceful, right? And that's kind of where that strength is coming in. We also have the microphone. This is kind of a new card. It says speak up and amplify your voice. I'm going to put that here by strength because I really feel like that's Leo energy. Roar for yourself, okay? That cheerleader energy. It's going to be fine. You stumbled. It's late. You know, it's not perfect. Virgo energy in the Libra in the Libra ether, that perfectionism, meticulousness, it doesn't matter because that is not a failing. Okay, so speak up and amplify your voice. Stand up for your needs and for people that can't speak for themselves. Okay, we got Mars at play. That's right, Mars in Libra, looking for his lover. Oh shit. And there's the red string. Okay, we've got a couple here. We've got the High Priestess. Um, she's got the receipts. Hang on, we've got a soulmate coming in. I didn't see that coming. Oh shit. Sorry. Let me grab these. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I guess. Okay. All right. Where are we? Oh yeah, the High Priestess, that feminine energy again. Um, she makes you understand that the truth is somewhere in between the black and the white. Okay, that's where her throne sits between the pillars, the black pillar and the white pillar, and behind her is the inner sanctum of wisdom. Once you understand her teachings, you can go back there. So this is the divine feminine, sacred knowledge, knowing the truth, deep intuition, the guardian of the subconscious, and spiritual wisdom. Okay? The high priestess is the mate of the Hierophant because he's the high priest. So let's get to the soulmate that may be coming in. I feel like this is way in the future if we can get out of our own way. Because here with that Seven of Wands, he's standing in the doorway trying to defend things. But he's not in or out. He's in the threshold, right? So I feel like once this inner conflict is resolved, then it'll open up this energy towards a soulmate. Because look at what we've got here. We've got the red string. This is fated love, a twin flame. That's that Two of Cups on the 5 that you're protecting in the background, okay? That may be under the influence. We did have the Hand of Fate saying the divine is at work. These are forces you can't control. And this is high-level soulmate energy, okay? It said get out of your own way so that you can open the fucking door. Look at the Seven of Swords here. He's the door. He said get out of your own way so you can open the door. And then go on, excuse me, sorry about the stuttering, go towards this twin flame connection, this soulmate connection. It's a divine bond and it's unbreakable, okay? And we can fight it, we can pull it, and it can be lifetimes long, but that string's never gonna cut, that string never breaks. Believe me, I tried. And also we have 1111. Look at that, the energy gateway. That's the portal. That's the eclipse portal that just ended. Now we're through. Now we can take the big breath, right? The sun is reborn. It's the last eclipse cycle of the year. It's a new moon. Now we can go for new manifestations. This is an energy gateway. You are connected, okay? A chance will be presented to change. This is a soul connection, a twin flame soulmate. And then we got the apple of temptation. I didn't take this. It tried to fall out 3 times while I was shuffling earlier. And I was like, no, because, you're flipped over wrong and I'm not going to take it. And then it was one of the ones that fell on the floor and I'm like, fine. Temptation. The apple. This is very, very good looking. And the last one here is we've got bamboo. Growth. So you're going to put strength and resilience on top of that red string of the twin flame soulmate connection. Growth, longevity, good luck, prosperity, and enlightenment. The point is you have to get out of your own way. All right, that's what I have for us, Libra. I hope that resonated. Tomorrow we're going to do a refresher for Virgo and possibly a hidden truth for Tuesday. Okay, so thank you so much, and until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.